Tomorrow night in Denver. Right now, the Lakers are 7.5-point underdogs. Last time the Lakers were in Denver, opening night where they lost by 12. Brew, do you want to go here first?
I can.
Okay. What are the chances the Lakers steal Game 1?
I don't think they will. But I think this game is more important to Denver. I do think that. Not that it'll switch my pick, because I got Denver in 6. Won't switch my pick. But if you're Denver and you win this game, now the Lakers, it's like they beaten us 9 straight times. Nothing's changed. We've been winning with this lineup. Nothing's changed, all right? If Denver loses Game 1, again, I think they still will win the series. But now there's pressure on you to win Game 2.
Not by that.
You got to win Game 2. If they win Game 1, if they lose Game 2, it's still like, okay, we're good. But if you lose Game 1, you have to win Game 2.
Yeah.
So I think that I don't think the Lakers will win this game, but I think the pressure, not pressure, but it's more important to Denver to win this.
So listen, the Lakers last year, the way they won their first 2 series was steal Game 1 and then win at home. They didn't win a bunch of road games, and I understand Denver's this massive home court advantage. If you win Game 1, you don't have to win there again, and you can win the series in 6. Now, I heard Wildes talking to his buddy Bill Simmons. Simmons brought up the point that if the Lakers were going to play Denver, round 1 was the time to play them, and Wildes, instead of laughing at him the way he laughed at me when I mentioned that, he was like, oh, that's a good point. I hadn't heard that before. Oh, wow. That was where'd you come up with that, Bill? No, of course he didn't give me credit. He acted like it was totally new information. It's unbelievable. This guy, you get him off this set, and he just all loyalties out the window.
I've said that was a good idea.
But here's the point. I'm being a little unfair to Wildes there. I'm just jealous I haven't been invited on the pod. The question is, how are they going to close? Because last year, that's where the series was lost. And this year, that's where the Lakers have won. Not against Denver, obviously. I'm saying that's where. So I just want to run through a few of these full screens quickly to remind people. Last year, in the conference finals, LeBron was bad in the 4th. There's no way around it. His field goal percentage fell off of the cliff. He was bad. He looked gassed. He obviously couldn't hit a shot.
Also kind of hurt.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I felt that way, and I'm not trying to use it as an excuse.
No,
I agree, but I think that's fair. This year, I know he didn't show up on anyone's Clutch Player of the Year ballot for some reason, it would seem. This year, LeBron led the league in 4th quarter scoring, was 4th in the league in 4th quarter field goal percentage, and in clutch games, the Lakers and LeBron, we can show it to you, they were 19-9 in clutch games. The 3.5 points sounds like a low number, but keep in mind, we're talking about the waning minutes of the game. And it was 3rd in the league in shooting percentage in the clutch. So if LeBron is good in the 4th quarter, that to me is enough to turn. Last year, if he was good in the 4th quarter, that series goes 6 or 7 and Denver wins, in my opinion. Like that's how close those games were. I think Denver wins that series 9 out of 10 times, but I think 1 out of 10 is the sweep that we saw. So I think they can steal Game 1. They are rested. They are motivated. I do not think they're scared, and I think they understand the blueprint, Wildes, of last year's postseason, which was steal Game 1, don't mail in, but you know you're probably not going to, win Game 2, and then take care of your 2 at home where you've been good all year.
Okay. I think the problem is not so. I mean, yeah, obviously LeBron wasn't great last year in the 4th quarters, and you need him to be big. But really the problem is what they have got to do is win the non-Jokic. I mean, they got to destroy the non-Jokic
have to crush those
minutes and actually play better when Jokic is on the court.
Yeah.
Because last year they won the non-Jokic minutes. We've got some. They won the non-Jokic minutes by 14. All right, but Jokic was so dominant when he was playing. It was plus 15. So they've got to cut into the Jokic minutes, all right?
That's right.
And maybe with a healthier LeBron. But LeBron did look gassed. I was surprised how gassed he looked against New Orleans in the 4th quarter. This is now at altitude. That's a factor in this.
I wonder how much of the New Orleans thing was him guarding Zion the whole time.
Yeah.
Because, Zion, it's not
I think that was a big
I think it was a huge part of it, and I understand he's going to have to defend in the conference finals, but guarding Aaron Gordon, even though Aaron's big and strong.
But you know who it could affect? AD.
Yes.
Whether he guards Jokic or he's going to guard him sometime, that could affect AD offensively.
Can I show one more thing? Or do you want to go, Wildes?
No, it's just that, I had a question for you. The Lakers just aren't good at home. They won 19, or excuse me, on the road. They won 19 games. The Grizzlies won 18. And meanwhile, Denver's 33-8 at home. And then you're talking about the fourth quarter. Do we think that LeBron is going to have to play extended minutes? And do we think that his fourth quarter number, maybe it was just a Zion thing, or maybe it's like, I'm kind of out of gas because I'm playing 3 more minutes into the fourth quarter than I normally do.
So keep in mind, the Lakers had already played a dozen games in the month leading up to, or less than a month leading up to the series last year, and the games were every other day. That's why I think Game 1's critical. Game 3, where you have, or is it Game 3 or 4, where you have extra days off, is critical. The Western Conference Finals, you have none of it. But the other factor is, and I'm going to show you this and we move on, the best fourth quarter player on the Nuggets last year in this series was Jamal. Jamal, the 23-point fourth quarter. So here's Jamal's numbers in the Western Conference Finals and then in the finals. The Lakers will sign up in a heartbeat for the finals numbers. Like if Jamal has 21 and 10 as averages, decent but not amazing shooting percentages, they'll sign up for it. I'm showing this for this reason primarily. Western Conference Finals, the number 1 guy guarding him was Dennis Schroeder at a brutal series on both sides. In those finals, you guys remember who was guarding him? It was Gabe Vincent, who now plays for the Lakers. And so that is a slight wrinkle that I do think matters here. That Brew, I understand your squeamishness, if that's the right word, that, okay, how much is that going to matter? I'm not talking about world-changing differences, but slight differences that turn games the Lakers were, down 3 with a minute left into games they're up 1 with a minute left can flip a series. And so that's...
Denver controlled the 3 games this season. I mean,
no
even though
doubt
some of them were close, the Lakers led for about 30 minutes of the 3 games.
There's no question about it.
And Denver, I think they're the best clutch team in the league because their execution is so great, and obviously Jokic is great. So it'll be interesting.
Maybe. Between the Murray stopper and Rui, the Joker stopper.
I didn't say the Murray stopper. I was 21 and 10 on 45-38. Great, or very good, but it's not 33 a game.
February 12th, 2020, last time LeBron won in Denver. The Bills better off with Stephon Diggs.
Without.
Better off, yeah, I think. Well, yeah, they are better off with him, I think.
Okay.
It's next on the show and on the radio.